believe whatever you believe will work for you will work for you. Hi, I'm Boyd.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're the Freedom Habit. Thanks for tuning in.
Today we're talking about the illusion of progress. And we can collect a bunch of information and knowledge and not really act upon it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get trapped into just watching video after video or reading book after book or getting into different techniques and never really applying mentally, emotionally, spiritually the principles that actually
Change your life.
that change our lives and also give us um, self-regulation, like regulating your emotions.
Right.
Like we never really learn how to regulate our emotions, and we let the 3D
control us.
Yes,
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We've been kind of programmed to look for validation in our external world.
Yes, and that's the thing. We can't ever get validation from the external world, but we get caught up in that, and things don't look good, so we get bummed out. Things look good, and we get really happy. And there's several verses in the Bible, and I believe even other books, where they say, a man should stay stable in good times and bad, and that helps you once again regulate your emotions. You never get so high that you lose control, and you never get so low that you're desperate. Because desperation is about the worst thing that you can be when you're attempting to manifest. I don't even like using that word, but when you're attempting, to reveal or unfold your desires into the 3D.
Well, also, just like watching a bunch of YouTube videos, for example, you're getting that knowledge and it kind of gives you relief. And you think, I'm learning something, so you feel like you're changing. And we can get stuck if we don't actually put any of that into action. And I think many people are getting caught there, and that's why they're feeling stuck.
Yeah, they'll just, and I've been guilty of this, where especially if you're not feeling good, I understand you're a little bit depressed, things didn't go good, so you start binge watching content. And one of the biggest problems with that, quite frankly, is that when you're watching different people, excuse me, you'll have someone say, you have to regulate your emotions and you have to be at peace before you can manifest anything or before you can be healed. And then you'll get someone else saying you need to do shadow work. And if you don't do shadow work, then you're never going to be able to, to manifest the desires. And then what else is there? There's so many different.
There's a little bit of division, I guess, in our community.
And I think that's the thing. And then you get confused. And there's other people saying, all you got to do is make a decision and decide, that I am one with the great I am, the creator of heaven and earth, God, Christ consciousness. And once you decide that's who you are and you start living like that's who you are, you will see things change in your life.
Absolutely. And that's the action.
Yes.
It can be physical and internal.
Yes. Like always revise things. Like don't accept that just because it looks bad in the 3D circumstances right now that you're screwed and your life's over with and it's not going to work out. God can bring things, the creator can bring things to us in so many different ways that thing that looks bad can actually somehow turn out to be good.
Right.
Even though, because God's ways aren't our ways. Can I tell a story real quick? Yeah. You may have heard this parable. I'll make it really quick. But a guy's ox falls into a pit. And so his son, who's younger, goes to try to pull this ox out of the pit. Well, while he's doing that, he slips and falls and he breaks his leg. And like his neighbors are like, "Oh, that's a shame. Your ox fell in that hole and the kid broke his leg and all this." Well, a couple days later, a war breaks out and they were sending young men to go fight in this war. Well, his son
Oh,
broke his leg, so he didn't have to go to the war. Now everybody was going, wow, maybe it wasn't so bad that your son fell in that pit and broke his leg, because now he's one of the rare kids who don't have to go fight in this war.
right,
So it's stuff like that. It's little things like that.
right. And how we perceive them and how we react to them.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and God's ways aren't our ways, and He can bring. I know He's brought us things in ways I never
yeah.
expected.
Me neither. Bigger
Um,
than I imagined,
I know He
right?
brought us some money before where we had no idea where it was coming from, and it was a pretty substantial amount, and it was a kind of like the last place we expected to get it, and it happened.
Right.
So you never know.
No.
I had a nice thing happen with my master's degree over here,
Right.
where I just kind of came out of nowhere, and I had the opportunity, and I did it. So there's been a lot of wonderful things that have happened. So always keep that faith. That's
Right.
the thing.
And you know what? We need to recognize that, there's some things that work for what might work for someone else may not work for you. So it's important when you're meditating or sitting with yourself and source to really pay attention to what works for you, and don't get discouraged if you're trying something that worked for someone else and it didn't work for you. Just keep going and consider, you know, maybe switching a little bit and find out what does work for you.
Ultimately, though, I believe whatever you believe will work for you will work for you. As a matter of fact, I was watching YouTube today, and I saw a certain channel, and the guy was talking about a man who got over. He had Crohn's disease always, like most of his life, and he went to a vegan diet, and he did a few other things, and he got rid of Crohn's disease, which is like usually that's incurable.
Right.
And so he had other people with Crohn's disease reaching out to him, going like, "Wow, what did you do?" And then they all started, these people started doing what he did,
Hmm.
and it didn't help any of them. Why? Because they didn't believe like he did. He
Exactly.
believed that if he did these certain things, he was going to get better. Just like the lady in the Bible who had been hemorrhaging for years.
Hmm.
She thought, all I need to do is touch the cloak of Jesus and I'll be healed.
Right.
And then Jesus was walking along with his apostles, and he said, I just felt power go out of me. What he felt some release of power come out
Yeah.
of him.
His
And he turned
energy.
around, and it was the lady, and she's like apologizing. And he was like, no, your faith has made you well. And she got better right there and then, because she believed that's what was going to heal her. Therefore, that's what healed her.
Exactly.
But she probably didn't have to touch his cloak. See,
No, but
that's
that
what.
was her belief.
Yes, it is. It's kind of the law of whatever we believe.
Yeah.
As far as the law of assumption, law of attraction, whether you need to do nervous system regulation. If
Their
you start thinking you
affirmations.
have to do that stuff, then you're probably going to have to do that or reprogram your mind.
Right.
On some level, yeah, we need to start thinking differently, but you don't have to listen to subliminal. I mean, first of all, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Techniques work. I'm not saying they don't, but at the same time, just do the ones you feel that are, like you said, that works for you. That encourages you, something that you believe is going to help you.
Right.
You know,
Because really, what's important is consistency. Consistency. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep trusting. You know,
yeah,
I think that's huge. And I think when people do take on a lot of knowledge and don't take action is when they give up and think, oh, this doesn't work for me.
yeah, yeah. There's people who do robotic affirmations, and they'll just keep repeating the same phrase over and over and over, and then nothing happens. They're like, "Well, robotic affirmations don't work." Well, first of all, I've never done those, but I know people who it has worked for.
Right.
So it's not, once again, it's not one size fits all. It really is. Um, sorry. It really is a matter of choice, a matter of what you believe and what you think's going to happen if you do certain techniques. A lot of it's just the placebo effect.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to. And I know that sounds like it's only for healing, but it's also true for manifesting a new car or a relationship or money or whatever. I mean, it's whatever you think's going to work for you will end up doing the trick.
There you go. All right. Well, we just wanted to encourage you today and remind you that as much knowledge as you take in, you should also take action to go with it
and apply it.
and
That's the
apply
thing.
it.
No matter what, internally. And you know what about aligned action is you will be led to take aligned action when you are walking and realize that you are one with the creator, that
Right.
they're not out there somewhere, that the great I am, that you are the I am that I am, and that you're one with them. And when you really recognize that, that's when things can turn around. And that's a really important, necessary, as far as I'm concerned, step in manifesting what
Absolutely.
you want. Because quite frankly, we've been manifesting what we don't want in
All
our
our
lives
lives.
many, many times. So we're always manifesting. Remember that too.
All right.
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment.
Yes.